How about my dearest YouTube friends? Today we are in today's second video, and friends, the May 2025 update has already been released, and in this case it has brought us the rigor of Cyclops and the rigor of Phoenix that we will see later. Okay, in this case, we are going to focus on the rigor of Cyclops. I have to thank Pedraza, a former subscriber who we remember participated in Vegelite 1 and has left us his Cyclope P in rank 5 out of 6 stars with Profe Morciales. Basically, we are going to test how Cyclops is as if he were a 7-star in rank 3. On top of that, he has it for 200. So let's see how his skills are and let's see how the gameplay is, because I already tell you that it is super easy to get maximum damage out of this Cyclops. By leading the charge, Cyclops stores 90% of the years received from hemorrhages and physical thorns as adrenaline. Therefore, he's going to make a direct counter against Core, against Killmonger, against Tuma. Characters that do damage by spins in adrenaline. Let us remember that it is a thing in life that our 6 and 7 star characters are healing for every other character on the team. With the X-Men tag, Cyclops enters his first fight with a persistent tactical load, each of which increases his personal efficiency power by plus 2% in a fixed manner, and the duration of his personal higher, certainty, and accuracy. In 1 second, he wins a fight, grants Cyclops a charge, and has maximum charges 10, therefore you are already seeing that cycle. It requires duplication to do that colossal damage that Cyclops is accustomed to doing with this rigor, and that we have already seen in character analysis. The brightness has risen a little that you can see there. Perfect, calm under pressure, always ready. Cyclops' precise defensive skill cannot be reduced. As an attacker, instead of running forward when not performing an action, Cyclops stands still. This stoicism makes the bidder nervous and makes him more aggressive. Apart from that, every fight against non-tech characters begins with a 30 and 10 second central focus improvement that resumes when you gain personal accuracy. If it is not active, if it reactivates, it will repel any super attack. You are already seeing that concentration remembers. Let's remember that it avoids failure, illusion, and failure and illusion. Okay, I mean two very characteristics. Important, therefore, Cyclops, be careful because in defense, he will also be quite top, huh? Then precision as master shooter. Cyclops' precision passive effects increase his critical strength for 10 seconds. This weight 1-to-1 is B. Start getting 1 new, maximum accumulations 20. The third super attack of a combo grants Cyclops a precision passive effect, and intercept grants 4 additional accuracies. And on top of that, intercept with forgiveness, intercept gives us another charge, and if we interpret it with a touch 4. Additional charges with super attacks. With 10 or more personal accuracies, Cyclops super attacks are massively unlockable for each personal effect. Accuracy, the first hit of a super attack impact, grants Cyclops a passive effect of 20% efficiency for 2 seconds as maximum charges 100. That's why I say it's very important personal effects are updated and paused during Cyclops' super attacks with super attack 1 when activating 20% of a passive effect of power effectiveness for 2 seconds as maximum charges 2. Let's remember that the effectiveness of power, basically what it does is that when you activate a sub attack, the duration is less. That is, you consume less power bar basically, because in less than 2 activations, you obtain 30% in non-cumulative power amount passive effects for 2 seconds. That is, it makes you obtain 5 personal request passive effects. And finally, it may be that 3 can only be activated or we obtain a passive 5% power effectiveness for 2 seconds. And as an attacker, this looks like it can only be activated with at least 20 personal protection effects, and if only once per combat, but it costs 100% less power. So for long fights, we are going to have to be developing the character with the Suplata 3. So with that said, let's watch the gameplay as always with our favorite punching bag with our little soldier. In winter, you are already seeing that we have persistent loads, and right now we are at 0. His thing would be to take the X-Men with him so that those burdens can be increased. Persistent. So basically, we are already seeing that we have cut precision. The combos we have to do are medium weak and medium blow to generate those precision improvements. If we don't just want to make those interceptions, they can also be achieved with these combos. You are already seeing that we should get 20 yellow precision in this way, or intercepting to be able to get maximum damage from the character. Okay, so let's basically take it to the max. Let's remember that it's 20, but let's remember that we also have a chance, which is to roll 15. Okay, when we get 15, we can throw super attack 2 just before this little winter soldier comes towards us to be able to do that total damage. enormous. And in this way, we will load the 20 massive accuracies that this Cyclops has. Okay, so let's do that so you can see the gameplay more or less how it works. Right now we have 15. So let's see if it comes towards us. If it comes, of course, be careful. It's gone a little there, but nothing happens. We do it again, and just as it's coming towards us, we release Super Attack 2 to do that massive damage. We throw Super Attack 1 of 1, and again Super Attack 1, so that you can see the damage we just generated in literally 0 point of seconds look. And again, in other words, you have seen how easy the character has developed, which is basically a medium weak medium blow all the time until you reach the maximum accuracies that I recommend that you reach 15 to be able to do that totally brutal damage. Because let's remember that the sub attack 2 gives us 5 accuracies. We throw super attack 2, super attack 1, super attack 1, and you have seen the damage that we have taken at 0 comma. And let's remember that now that we have won a fight, we will have a persistent load. There we are, seeing that we remember. We see that this persistent load, what it is going to do is increase our power deficiency by 2% in a fixed way, and it lasts us accurate concentration and skill pressure in 1 second. Okay, therefore now we are going to do even more damage, and we are also going to do more damage with that source of power. So if it's going to last us longer, the advantages are already seeing it, see? Than precision and precise concentration right now, since it is lasting us much longer. So Cyclops, apart from being a character that has enormous strength without synergy, well, let's remember that we are testing the character without synergies. He is going to have totally absurd damage from the beginning, but the more he passes in the fight, the stronger he is going to become. The character. Okay, so let's do it again. Remember that you can also load the accuracies with the intercepts, but in this case, like the characters of the Kingdom of Legends, they are very passive because I am not risking it, and basically you only have to make medium weak and medium blows until you reach 15 precision charges. Okay, we are going to arrive so that you can see the damage again, so gross that the character has, we force him to shoot us. Let's remember that he doesn't have to come forward, and we just throw sub attack 2. As you just saw, it ends the super attack 2, and we throw super attack 1 again and again, super attack 1 with those 60 efficiencies. We have done the truth, a lot of damage. In this case, Capitular Marvel Classic that has more life and more resistance than the same or solid in winter, because we also had the class advantage and it didn't last as long for us. But nothing happens because we throw the super attack again as soon as we are almost at the 3 power bars. Because let's remember that now we do have the accuracies enabled. Okay, we throw an attack 2. There we are just with 20 charges. And I think I don't do it, and be careful that it's gone. Has the captor returned? Excuse me, and we just pulled? Super attack 1, 450 cinder damage that we have done in 0 comma, so that you can see how crazy this character from the Catholic area is. That can be used for the miniature of this same video. It seems to me like a 1 minute when 616 stars in rank 6. Imagine the 7 stars in rank 3 or something like that. We are going to continue testing the character because let's remember that we have to put in those persistent charges to do massive damage. Let's see how a character like Cycles plays with characters that basically don't let you develop it, because basically it's going to leave us. It's unstoppable. So let's see what the time limit is like with this precise concentration and these precisions, since we cannot be activating them because you are already seeing them that it is making us unstoppable all the time. Okay, so let's see. At the moment, they are lasting quite well for us, so we are going to be able to update them very well without any problem. Are we going to continue throwing away the character? You see that it is very simple to use the character and get as much damage as possible from him, huh? You just have to be building it up a little bit at first, and then over attack after over attack, burst after burst to do that massive damage. Let's see if we can develop it now. We have a few precision charges left to remember that they are the yellow ones that are under the life of Cyclops, and then out of curiosity, we are going to try another Soldidito in winter, but with a few X-Men inserted so that you can see the massive damage. Okay, come on. Perfect. Let's see if we can stop being unstoppable. Let's see that it has a strong blow to us. That's careful. They leave us and very fair. Oh, be careful. He's playing it. Let's see. We're going to go back and forth. That's fair. We throw Super Attack 2 when he comes towards us to move forward, and we throw Super Attack 1 again and again. Super Attack 1, as you just saw, and we have done totally absurd damage. In this case, we have not managed to kill him, but we have already seen the damage as it has been escalating with 2 charges that are basically precision. Be careful that they are going away. There we are. Well, they are gone. Unfortunately, we have had bad luck because Juger's Unstoppable has not left us. And have you seen how Subatak 3 has been activated? Well, by the way, we released Subatak 3 so you can see it. And that pretty elaborate animation that Kaban has done, because let's remember that it is the new Super Attack 3, and in this case it is not going to let us enter the fight. Yes, well, look at how we have entered directly with all the power loads again to throw the super attack again and do that tremendous damage. Worth a blue Cyclops, very good character, a great buzz. I believe that at the level of Mr. Sinister, and what we are going to do now is change the team because I am not going to add any type of synergies maybe we are going to see. With those who are X-Men, it's okay because this is what is going to open very, very strong. The character is going to filter through the X-Men, and we are going to put X-Men in the Storm Value game. In this case, I think it's a synergy that it has that basically increases the probability of impeccable locking a domino because it also has the X-Men tag, for example with Havoc, because I don't think it has more with X-Men. Okay, no, perfect. Well, yeah, look, here we have a mutant character that I don't know if Colossus has the X-Men tag. Now that I think about it, because it hasn't worked out, has it? Ah, yes, well, yes, it does. Well, I don't know, because it didn't come out right now. Well, it's okay. What I do think is that Cyclops has a synergy that is quite key, which you are already seeing, which is the lightning strikes, worth inflicting additional bursts of physical damage equivalent to 10% of the damage of the blow. So I think America Chavez is going to flirt very well with this Cyclops, and I know that I never usually test the characters with synergies, but in this case, all Cyclops abilities force me to try it out with X-Men characters. Okay, while we are going to test how this fight is with the synergies of both America Chavez and the rest of the X-Men so that you can see how many how many persistent charges. We enter directly into the fight. Okay, morale, we have 0, but you will see how they will increase and how our damage will logically mount. You have seen that we have already entered with 3 directly, and basically you are already seeing that the taps that we end with blow, medium, weak, medium, do a burst of physical damage, which is what it basically does, is increase our damage and our attack force, that Cyclops. The truth is that with that precise concentration, it can be totally brutal when we are in our own. The defense itself, well, is in defense. Is this character worth it? As always, we are going to take Al to 15 precision loads to be able to develop the character with the method that I have taught you, because I still have one method left for the Lord. The truth is that Cyclops has a lot to talk about because there are a few ways to play with him. You have almost seen the second way with Viewer now, but I want to show you well. Okay, throw it to me. That's it. Very good. We are going to develop the cycle year now to see if it comes towards us. That is, we shoot super attack 2, we shoot with those efficiencies and that burst damage. As you are seeing, we shoot super attack 2 1 of 1 and super attack 1 of 1, which has not given us time because of the massive damage that that burst has done physics from America Chavez. And finally, we are going to approve it with this synergies against this classic Captain Marvel that you are already seeing, that we have about 4 more charges, and I think that more will be added to us again. Oh no, perfect. That was because of the fight, okay? Then we start again with the combos, punches, weak, mediums, and mediums. I think that the synergy of America Chavez is going to increase its damage, a bestiality, as you are already seeing how that damage increases due to bursts, although it is not that strong right now, but simply with the bursts in super attack, it will help us a lot. Okay, I wanted to try it with synergies because I see that with the X-Men we were able to develop Cyclops more easily. Okay, because let's remember that every time we win a fight, we are going to win a persistent charge, which in the end is what the strength of the character is going to do to us through efficiencies. Even so, we have already seen that with a persistent charge with zeal directly when starting a fight, it is also very, very top, and its development becomes super simple. Okay, there we have it. Come towards us. I'm not seeing that Cyclops doesn't move forward either, and look at how he does that damage in bursts. We throw super attack 1 and we throw super attack 1 again. The character seems stupid to me, how well they have designed him, the boo they have given him, and above all, getting all that maximum possible damage. And the important thing is the use is very, very easy. And okay, come on, now I'm going to teach you. Sorry, we are using the Kingdom and Legend a lot if this video is getting very long, but I need to show you all the ways with Cyclops. And now I am going to show you for me what long fights are. Okay, it is using the thrust super attack, and that with that way, you will get more massive damage than with the normal damage that we have seen right now. Okay? And that reminds you that we have 0 persistent charges right now. This game method with when we have more persistent loads, let us remember that the maximum damage comes when the cycle has 10 persistent loads. Therefore, you have to either bring in X-Men characters to help him or win 10 previous fights to get the maximum potential of this Cyclops Veil. I don't do it in the video because I want you to see the character with more or less persistent charges as they would be in, for example, Battlegrounds would be directly in a small fight, and still the character serves very well in this case when they are fights. Short, I think his survival is quite strong in gold in medium, short, and long fights, huh? Now we are testing the long way to fight that I have come up with, which is basically reaching 20 precision charges and throwing super attack 3 right before when it comes in front of us, because you already saw a small spoiler against the Junger now. There we are. You don't have only one left, and you are going to see the glory of the character to see what he sells to us. That is, we throw super attack 3. Just before he comes towards us, we let the animation pass, which in this case we are going to skip it. Well, we left it in passing, and you are going to see what is going to happen right now, that it just doesn't let us also in Super Attack 3. Therefore, we are going to be able to develop characters, and it directly doesn't let us throw that Super Attack 1 that we had. The truth is, friends, a very top character, a very, very good work. For me, it is a good tier. It has a totally absurd damage. In this case, we have taken a little longer because it is the longest form, 127, but you can make much simpler numbers. Character that I do not recommend, like Suicide Stars, since you have to be abusing the super attacks as you have seen throwing super attackers 1 and 1 directly. And what else? The truth is that he becomes a god tier, friends. I can't say much more. Leave me in the comments what you think of the character. The reward for me is a piece of character. Later, I will bring you the Themis reward. So friends, if you like the video, suggest not there and see you in other videos. Bye-bye.